Hi! Welcome back. This is Shenanigans, brought to you by the letter A, and Drunkenness, brought to you by the letter C.
I knew you couldn't do it.
Oh, we're trying something new.
We were gonna
we can't do it.
No, we were going to see if we could have an opening because, I've listened to now a couple of podcasts that have openings.
Yeah.
And granted, it's always the same. And, sometimes you're like, fast forward, which I don't.
Never fast forward through the openings.
I never fast forward through the openings. But I'm just like, we really need an opening.
We'll work on it.
So if you have a suggestion for an opening, then let us know.
If you
make it appropriate
right,
because, Abby's mom watches.
I can't do it with a straight face.
I mean, I could do it. I can do it.
I couldn't.
I can play poker pretty well.
I can't.
Abby, are you holding a flush?
No. I don't even know how to play poker, so don't even.
Oh, it's
an
easy win then. Let's play poker.
Never say it's easy because then it's going to be
hard.
I
said it's an easy win. Then.
Oh, okay.
So let's play poker.
No, I'm good, thanks.
We could bet M&Ms. Then technically you're not losing.
As long as they're peanut butter M&Ms, then we're good.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Okay, sounds good.
The blue ones can be a certain amount. The red ones can be a certain amount.
There we go.
They don't have brown ones anymore.
They got rid of them?
I think so.
Why?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense. But anyways, we're Crash and Bird.
Yep.
I'm Abby.
I'm Crash.
This is Crash. Where we got that name? I don't know. Well, yeah, I do. But
yeah,
I know. It's just because I thought we were going to crash and burn this podcast.
By the way, the alcohol, the drunkenness, this is why. If I could have 3 of these, I would, but...
I don't think that's a good idea. Anyways.
I mean, I'm at home. I don't have to drive anywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
I can have all I want to. Don't tell me how to live my life. Don't put me in a box.
Don't throw my words back in my face.
Too late.
Well.
So anyway.
Well, update on softball.
Okay, yes.
OSU and OU made it to the World Series. OSU unfortunately lost, but OU won the whole freaking thing. Yep. They are national champions. I was going to say national championships. No, but they're national champions. Yep. It's their 5th one.
Wow.
In their, I think their 3rd one in 5 years.
Nice.
So,
way to go, OU.
OU. I put on Instagram. Okay, I'll say it. I said Boomer Sooner. I felt dirty, but at the same time, congratulations. I wanted them to win, so.
Well, I mean, it's always nice when Oklahoma wins. It brings, a little bit better light to Oklahoma than just the politics and the crappy education system that we have.
Yeah.
And not the education system in itself, sorry. The funding to the education system, which leads to crappy education systems.
Right.
If we had the proper funding, our education system would be awesome throughout Oklahoma, but we don't.
We don't.
So, disclaimer, just right out there, no nasty emails. Which, by the way, we have yet to get an email.
Do we have an email address?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, you're gonna say it because I don't remember it is. If you want to send an email to us.
I mean, yeah, it's because I have it directly to my phone, and I want to make sure that I get it correctly because I played around with a couple of them and none of them worked. So, yes, crash dot then the letter N dot burn 8688 at gmail.com.
Okay, crash dot N like the letter N.
Yes, as in Nancy.
Nancy dot burn 8688 at gmail.com.
Yes.
Okay, now I know too. So let's send emails to one another.
We literally the only thing that I've done with it is contact Allie and
the creepover.
Yeah, the creepover. Allie and Catherine. That's
creepover crew.
Yeah.
That was a weird noise I did.
And that's because I was like, they're more likely to open it if it comes from the Crash and Burn podcast than just mine. I
send them emails from mine all the time.
I know, but you're Abby.
I haven't sent one in a while though, and I need to.
But you're Abby.
I am Abby.
And they're like, oh, Abby!
Which, funny story.
Yes.
I was listening to the podcast while I was en route, and I was listening to not the recent episode, but the one before that.
The 100th?
Yeah, no, the one about MK Ultra.
Oh, yeah.
So I was listening to that, and I'm out in the country, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, and I say out loud, I'm by myself. I have one foot headphone in. There's no one there. I pull up to a house. Not. It's huge. It's a huge house with a lot of land, and it's just me and the house. And I just go out loud. I was like, man, the CIA sucks. And I heard a what? And it sounded like it was in the van with me. And I was like, and I picked up my phone. And I was like, no one was there. My headphones attached to it. So I was like, I got out of the van and looked around to see if anybody's in the yard or anything. It was nobody. Like, it's just nobody.
That's funny.
So I flipped out. I was like, it's probably my FBI agent going, yeah, you're right. So, hi, Sean. Sorry, I just knew.
Siri's like, I just reported you.
Like, CIA sucks. What?
You know what? I'm not. Shout out to all those people who work to the CIA. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't want your job. No. But you're working for some shady sons of bucks.
Yeah. I say.
I thought about your mom.
A lot of.
I thought about your mom. I'm like,
they did a lot of
shady crap, man.
And with the people with like mental health and stuff like that, and all that. You're like, it could have been me.
No, it totally
could have been anybody.
And with my sense of humor, yeah, I would have been an experiment. 100%.
Especially if I was a woman with a voice or whatever.
Well, if you think
speak out of.
Abby's having a crisis with her hair.
I can't remember which way I parted. Oh no, I'm doing it wrong. Okay, I'm done. Don't touch it anymore. I have a lot of. Just don't touch it.
Do we need to tie your? No, that's a different kind of video.
Which I will not be a part of. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I don't want any part of it either. But I thought about what I was saying, and then I was like, oh, no. No.
So I thought about recording that and sending it over to them, because that creeped me out. I was like, I'm all by myself. Was that a package? What's in the package?
You're delivering an Alexa, and it's not even plugged in yet. And it's like, what?
I said that out loud. Like, you could not hear what I was listening to because it was in my ear.
Yeah.
So for me to go, man, the CIA sucks, and then I hear it, what? I'm like, and I had some pretty big packages that day, so I was like, hopefully nobody's in the package.
Somebody ordered a CIA agent from Philadelphia. You're like, that was your 50-pound package that day?
Jeez, that's a light man. Or woman. Or person.
I mean, there is dismemberment.
Oh, dear. And they're still talking now?
How are you going to explain the disembodied voice? At least there it had a body.
No, I'm just trying to count it off as the one of the packages, maybe. I hate to think about it, but a doll or something, I don't know. That's what I'm sticking with.
Oh, okay. Which doesn't make it any better because the dolls should not be activated.
It doesn't make any sense. I tried to maybe I just heard something. Maybe I just heard something.
Sorry about the dog barking in the background. I'm sure you can hear it. I hate that dog. I love dogs. I do. I love dogs. I hate that dog. Stop playing with your hair.
I'm sorry. Okay.
It's parting over to the right side.
It's parting in a different direction today than I've ever parted.
So normally when it tries to go to the right side, Abby's used to flipping it to the left side.
Right.
So now she's basically flipping her entire head back over to the left side, and it's screwing everything up for her.
It's just screwed my whole feng shui off.
Yeah.
Side note, you like my shirt? My sister made it for me. It says, I love sharks. It's people that scare me.
Definitely. Yeah. I found a shirt that you needed. Oh, man, I wish I could find it.
But, yeah.
Maybe I can.
Shout out to Natalie for making my shirt.
I knew I should have saved this. What am I? No, I knew I should have saved this. Hang on.
Da, da, da. Oh, that's Jeopardy song.
Shark.
Blah, blah.
Shirt.
Sharks.
With different sharks.
That was nifty what you just did there. It's like a ninja on the keypad.
It's swipe.
Oh.
It's swipe.
The more you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why I don't have it, because I would just get distracted and be like, what are you typing out? No idea. I'm just having fun.
It's really fun. Here it is. Oh, I'm so glad I found it.
I'm glad you found it.
I'm so glad I found it, because I wanted to order one for you and one for April. No lie.
What is it?
It's a shark shirt.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, you get it. I'll send you a screenshot
shark.
So you can put it on Instagram.
Tiger shark. It's lemon shark. Oh, a hammer.
See?
I love it. I love it. Yeah, people need to see that. Because I have quite a few pictures today. Because today we're doing one of my favorite topics in the whole entire world. Besides Jesus and my family. And me. The Creepover podcast. And then, Crash.
Right, them.
Yeah. We're talking about haunted locations. And they're specifically in Oklahoma. And I did the research.
And I'm just here to make smart-ass remarks.
I'm probably going to make some, too. But,
I'm the Allie to your Catherine without the sexual tension.
I'm gonna have to leave.
I said without.
I wasn't even thinking that.
Well, I mean, I had to clarify.
Well, they're married. They're allowed.
They are allowed, but anybody in the beginning, really nobody knew they were dating. They had to kind of come out with that.
You don't have to.
Well, no, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people knew. I mean, it was kind of... There was some tension there. You could feel it. There's no tension here. Unless it's Abby wanting to punch me.
Only me being stressed out right now.
Why stressed?
Well, because I'm going to read, and I hate reading out loud because words are hard.
Okay, so
I spent like...
no judgment here.
No judgment.
Unless it's coming from me. And then I'm slightly judgmental.
I'm a stuttering wildebeest.
A wildebeest?
That's just the animal that popped in my head.
That's awesome. That's a good one.
I'm a stuttering wildebeest.
Okay.
I also trip over my words. Like, I don't tie my shoes, but, with words.
So you're tongue-tied.
I'm tongue-tied. And reading's hard, even though I read it like 50 times. I've done this research. I've done it all weekend. I actually started last week.
Yeah.
On Friday.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, because we were supposed to... Which, by the way, we're recording on a Sunday. Because we used to record on Thursdays.
Right.
After a long day. Mm-hmm. And with scheduling and the heat and things like that, we came to the agreement that we thought that Sundays after noon or early evening would be better. We'd be more up to it. We wouldn't be as tired. We wouldn't be recording as late.
Right.
So hopefully our dynamic today is a little bit better, a little more refreshing.
I hope we don't die. Dynamic. All right, let's moving on.
Let me stick me with the jokes. No, I'm kidding. We'll lose half of our audience. April will be like, done.
Well, there goes my mom.
I know.
See you later.
I know.
That's the only other. Oh, and Grace. Peace out, Grace. That's it. My mom, Grace, and April. That's it. That's all we got.
A couple more from us. Oh, Redbeard. Redbeard loves it.
Hey, Redbeard.
He was actually really disappointed we weren't recording on Thursday.
Oh, poor guy. Well, we're recording now.
Yeah.
And we also gave you a shout out, so you can get off it now.
Yeah. Call him your man tits.
Put it away, man. Put it away. Go find it, actually.
I can hear him. Found it.
Found it.
Got it.
I'm just really glad he can find it.
You know what? Me too, because I can't.
Now I need to find my notes.
Okay, find your notes.
Found it. Okay.
Good job.
Found it. So.
I'm ready.
These aren't like
getting
in order.
All liquored up. I'm ready.
So weird. These aren't in order, actually, because I didn't really get an order. Like 1 to like top 5 or whatever.
Oh, okay.
These are the ones that I've come across doing research that were the most.
These are the most prevalent.
Yeah, prevalent. Okay. That's the word I was looking for. Okay. So these are ones that, like, when I ever look, like on every website that I've looked at, it's always these handfuls. So
technically, these would be the top 5.
Right.
But in no certain order.
Right, no certain order. Okay. So first one up, Bellevue Mansion. It's in Claremore, Oklahoma.
Oh, it is in Claremore, isn't it?
Claremore, Oklahoma. It was built in 1902. The mansion was made for the Bayless family.
Who?
Bayless family.
Okay, I thought you said bailiff's family. I was like, but what was the bailiff's name? I'm sorry, I misheard that.
Marty.
So you have trouble with talking.
Words. I just have trouble.
And apparently my hearing sucks.
It's okay.
So I apologize.
Put your listening ears on. Okay, read it again. It's made for the Bayless family.
Okay.
Party of 8. So that's a lot of people, apparently.
Dahmer, party of 8. Sorry.
Come get your cookie cutter cake.
Sorry, that was a really good shout out to a Robin Williams movie.
Shout out. Actually, shout out to my pop up here, or whatever it's called. It's a shark. And I'm back to this. Anywho, 6 months before its completion, Mr. Bayless died from an appendix attack.
Sure he did.
Sure he did. Wink, wink. Just kidding. Okay,
appendicitis. That'll get you.
Appendicitis that gets you every time.
Well, not every time.
I do have a picture of the mansion.
Somewhere?
If my phone would start working. Right there. That's what it looks like. But I have
it needs power washed.
Just a little bit.
I volunteer. Your water, my time.
It is listed on the National Registry of Historical Places.
That's
historic places.
That means it cannot be torn down.
No. It's a 3-story mansion, which was built by John M. Bayless, starting in 1902. Bayless was instrumental in building railroads in Arkansas and Oklahoma. He moved his family into Indian Territory from Cassville, Missouri in 1901.
Okay, but when did Oklahoma become a state? 1908?
1907.
1907. So he was a Sooner.
Yeah, basically. But no. The land run was, I think it was in 1886.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
The land run was in, I'm going to look it up now because you...
I'm sorry.
No, because the state didn't become a state until 1907, but the land run happened prior to that.
I could have looked it up so you could have kept on your notes.
No, that's cool. I'm going to do it. Land run. 1889. That's what the land run was.
So I apologize for calling him a Sooner.
Yes, because he was not a Sooner.
No.
He was actually a later.
Yep. He was. You got it. That was a good one. I'll give you that one. He's actually a later. That was a good one.
After they moved here the next year, he was building this castle-like mansion for his wife, Mary Melissa Bayliss, and his 7 children.
So technically it was party of 9.
Technically, yes. I wonder if they had another one afterwards.
Then that would be a party of 10.
No. I mean, subtract.
Anyway.
We'll get to it.
This is why... This is why nothing ever gets done.
No. Nope. So, due to the implications, I lost my spot. I lost my spot again.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all your fault.
Kudos goes out to Allie, though, for being able to stay quiet as long as she does, because I obviously can't.
I'm completely nervous right now, so that's probably where I'm stepping over stuff. Okay, so they're building the house. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, Mr. Bayliss would never see the completion of the Grand Mansion. In 1907, which is when Oklahoma became a state, just 6 months before it was completed, Mr. Bayliss died from following an operations for an appendix. He was apparently he was president of the Bank of Claremore at the time of his death.
Well, that would explain where all the money was coming from.
So not only was he a part of the railroad, he was also into banking. So banking. He didn't bank on that surgery, though.
He was into banking.
You missed my joke?
No, I didn't. Stupid appendicitis. Never can bet on those things.
Mary Bayliss and her 6 surviving children, I guess one passed away, 6 surviving children finished the mansion after his death and continued to reside there until 1919. All of her children reside in Claremore. Claymore. I think they meant Claremore.
I was like, we don't have a Claymore. We just went through this last week.
Claremore, with her older sons becoming involved in the Bank of Claremore.
Cool.
So let's see. That's just a bit of a history.
So I gotta say, though, this mansion really does, like, in the early 1900s, like, this was a beast of a mansion.
Yeah, it's a beast.
Like, for 3 stories, even now, today, it's still... That's a hell of a feat.
That is a good size, especially in the 1900s.
Yeah, so I
was gonna mess with my hair again, but
I'm not
gonna do it. No, stop it.
Would you like a clip?
No, that would be fun. Should have stopped buying up the twins clips.
I've got
paper clips.
I do. I have paper clips and binder clips and stuff. Binder clip might hurt.
So it's now a part of the national. It's a historic
registry.
Landmark.
Yeah. Cool.
Over the years, numerous people have reported that John Bayliss and other members of his family, however, still continue to reside in the beautiful home. Huh. These allegations tell of unexplained noises, actual sights of hazy figures, toilets that flush by themselves.
Hey, at least they're flushing.
At least they're flushing.
That's more than a lot of the kids do these days.
Yep. Yeah. Flush.
And wash your hands.
And wash your hands. Multiple times, actually. To the raw. Just wash until they're raw.
Mm-hmm. Skin and bones? Skin.
Hot and cold spots and feelings of being touched by someone when no one is there.
Okay, but the hot and cold spots can be because it's literally built in the 1900s.
Yeah, that's, those can be explained.
I'm not going to say that they're not legit. Right. I'm just saying those are less trustworthy than some of the others. Where is this located in Claremore, do you know?
I can give you an
actual address?
Yes.
Okay, I want to know. And then you can continue.
It is located 4th and Chickasaw, Claremore, Oklahoma.
Okay, 4th and... Okay, go ahead.
And I even have a number, but...
Yeah, let's call them!
Right now! It just says, on several occasions, paranormal groups have investigated the old mansion. Some seem to find most paranormal activity on the 2nd floor. Their psychics have seen children playing, as well as meeting a distressed John Bayliss and a distraught young woman who allegedly committed suicide when she lived in the building as a tenant in 1940s.
Psychics have seen the children?
I've seen. They put it in quotation marks. Seen.
Well, yeah, I've seen.
And then meeting in quotation marks.
Right.
Distressed John Bayless. Now the woman that they suspect committed suicide. I can't find anything.
Okay.
Of that, so that could just be speculations. But then again, I just need to dig a little deeper, I guess.
Well, but the thing is that suicides didn't always go on record, right. And if they weren't like very predominant people in the community, right. If they weren't, part of nobody really, yeah. It's not that we don't care. I mean, obviously we care, but it's not documented as well, right. So that you wouldn't find. You want to know something really weird?
Yeah, sure.
It's right across from a Presbyterian church.
We need to take a drive.
And it is just about a block down from the Museum of History.
Which I need to go see.
So it's literally surrounded by it's actually not too far off Highway 66.
And I believe you can go and visit, you can visit a website and such of that. I'll also cite all the places that I found this information on. Most likely I'll cite it on our, on YouTube and Spotify of all the locations. But yes, I'd like to go see it. I actually have a picture.
Oh, somebody power washed it.
Oh yeah. I have several pictures that I'll be uploading of the different places that I'm talking about. That scared the crap out of me. Where was this?
On my speaker. Okay, apparently. We don't need to be talking about them.
Freaking
crap! Look what it did to my freaking firework.
First of all, firework.
Well, it's just a sparkler.
Well, this thing is not even leaning on here good, so I can't claim that's a ghost.
A paranormal. Look at that.
But a bit of a skeptic Abby is taking over and saying that's not paranormal. Debunked.
That was straight.
For what is this?
It's a sparkler.
It's no longer sparkly.
No, that's not true. You want to light it?
No, not right now. I'd like to not be like...
Here's to the Bayless family. Okay, I'm going to put that down.
That's your number one fan back there. Okay, on to the next
one.
Fell
down to your feet. We couldn't have planned that any better. We couldn't have planned that any better.
Okay, so this next one, I don't have a lot of information on it because it is an abandoned place right now, completely abandoned. You cannot go to it. You can, but you breaking the law. So let's just say let's not do that.
It wouldn't be the first time I've broken the law.
It is the Bird Creek School in Pawhuska, Oklahoma.
Oh, nice.
It is. This is a one-room schoolhouse. Was built in the 1900s for Native American children. The story goes, if you enter the school and write your name on the blackboard and leave for a few minutes, when you come back, your name will be erased. This mysterious activity keeps it on a list of haunted places. I really want to do that, but I can't write on blackboards. I can't write on a chalkboard. Right. Chalkboard is better.
It sends just hearing chalk.
On a board?
On a board. It just, nah.
Yeah. Well, I've got a picture of this place, and it is completely run down. I'll
stay on the outside and look.
I'd be more worried about snakes and other creatures than paranormal stuff.
I say you do it. I say we go in. I'll be your lookout. You go write your name on the board.
You're going to get kicked out. Kicked out.
No, I'll be a lookout.
I think it's on...
And then when the cops come, they'll be like, what are you doing? I was like, somebody told me to meet them here.
And you're like, get out.
And I will call you in my pocket as the police come up so you can hear what's going on. So when they walk away, you'll know it's safe to come out. Pawhuska Police, if you're listening, this won't go down.
It won't go down. No. Well...
It'll go down.
So I didn't really get a whole lot of information on it because it is...
But you have to write Abigail.
And then they're just going to erase it and put Abby.
They'll be like,
Stupid!
This isn't what you go by. They erase Abigail and put Abby on there. And then you're like, wait a second.
Wait
a second.
Now, if that happened, it would blow my mind because you never know what kind of creatures are coming through that could just wipe it off.
Right.
Because if somebody literally changed the name, that would blow my
so
mind.
Awesome.
But if it was gone, it would not blow my mind. I'd be like, well, maybe a raccoon came through or something.
Okay, but it depends on how well it was erased.
Yeah, but if it looks like it's just been brushed across,
right?
Then yeah. But if it's completely gone and it's really, really gone,
there's no trace of your name whatsoever.
I did see a picture of the chalkboard that they're talking about, and it looks like it has writing all over it. So I don't know what they're talking about. You just write your name and then they erase the name.
I would write my name so big.
It's a big chalkboard.
I would write my name so big so that way even if a raccoon came through or something, of course it's talking minutes. It's not talking days or hours.
No, it's minutes.
But in general, like if it came through, I'd just be like, it could only erase part of it.
Right. Well,
and then I would know for sure if the whole thing was erased. Well,
yeah, but sorry.
Now you're super paranoid about that?
No, it's blowing right in my ear hole. It's like that's what I was hearing.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a little bit about the Pawhuska. I'm so sorry, Pawhuska. That's not what I meant to say.
I mean, that's actually kind of cool because, I mean, I see Bird Creek all the time.
Right.
And then I have a lot of family history in Pawhuska and the Ponca City area and stuff, so that's actually kind of cool.
Cool. Well, I'd like to go check it out, but like I said, I've been reading up on it, and I don't want to go to jail.
Abandoned is only against the law if you get caught.
Nor do I want to get bit by a snake out there. Thank you very much.
I mean, that would definitely be a way to get caught.
Right. Like, oh, that was a copperhead. It's a little attached.
So what we do is we throw a bunch of mothballs in there first. Snakes don't like mothballs.
Then the ghosts will go away too. They don't like them either.
How do you know? Have you talked to one?
No, I haven't.
Don't put the ghosts in a box.
I'm sorry, ghosts. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put you in a box.
Or maybe some of them like the smell of mothballs.
If I hear a little child laughing in an abandoned place, I'm out. That's it. I'm out.
What if you heard an Indian chant?
I would probably sit and listen to it for a little while because I like them.
Yeah, and then what would you do?
We'll just sit there and be like, thank you, and leave once it's done.
But then you'd have to change your handle because you wouldn't be Bit of a Skeptic Abby anymore.
I would. It's on Indian territory, though.
But bit of a skeptic is skeptical for everything. You wouldn't be able to... It's not like they're having a powwow right outside the school.
True. I would probably have to change it to not such a bit of a skeptic anymore, but just hairy. Just a little hairy.
Hairy Abby. Okay, number 3. On.
Next one, I've actually been to this place.
Okay.
And it is the Bluebell Saloon, which is also called the Bluebell Bar in Guthrie, Oklahoma.
I've never been to Guthrie.
You've never been to Guthrie? I've been there 3 times. And it's all because of ghostesses.
Ghostesses?
So I've actually been inside the Bluebell when it was a restaurant. Now it's completely closed down. There's nothing going on, but it's still a building that's there. Okay. So I lost my notice. I'm going to read some information about it.
Okay.
It was the Bluebell.
Yeah. The BBS.
The BBS. The establishment of the Bluebell Saloon has existed since Guthrie was a tent town in the days of the land rush.
Nice. All them Sooners needed something to drink.
Yeah, they're parched. The tents were replaced by wood frame building in the early 1890s. And in 1901, the current brick structure was constructed.
Nice.
It is also operating the same location as Miss Lizzie's Girls, a group of frontier prostitutes run by their madam.
Get it?
Miss Lizzie. That's her name, Miss Lizzie. By all accounts, Lizzie was an intelligent, church-going woman who kept a fine reputation.
But she was the pimp.
Exactly. However... ESPN, sorry.
It's all good.
However, no. Arkansas lost. I don't know what they just... Never mind. Anyways, moving on.
She was tempted to look.
I was. However, she would take very young girls into profession. Local legends maintain that families about to lose their homes would sell their young daughters into service of Miss Lizzie and put them to work in her bordello.
So wait a second. Not only is she pimping out women.
Yep.
Making good money doing it.
Most likely.
But now she's buying children?
Yep.
You are no good, God-fearing woman.
No.
I don't care if you go to Church of the Satanist. Okay, maybe not Satanist. That was extreme.
That's a little bit of a...
I mean, I'm sorry.
Sure, she's not affiliated with any kind of church. She's just affiliated with money. That's it. That's all she's got.
You come to her place to pray, but you're preying on little girls.
There you go. It's a different kind of prey. It's Prey.
You see what I did there?
A bunch of losers. That's all I got to say.
Hey, don't judge people. People need love. Maybe they didn't know they were underage. Maybe they didn't know they were underage.
No. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about her. She's a loser because she's.
Oh, she's a loser. Okay.
I didn't mean a bunch of losers. She's a bunch of losers.
She's a piece of the horse manure that comes through that town.
At the same time, are we allowed to judge her too?
I mean, I don't pimp out girls.
That's awful, in my opinion.
But here's the thing, though. If I pimped out girls, which I don't, and I'm firmly against, I wouldn't call myself a church-going...
No, that was a facade. That was a falsehood.
Which makes me allowed to... no. She deserves to be judged a little.
I hate when people are like, I'm a Christian, and then they're like, they do stupid stuff.
Yeah, they're a Sunday morning Christian.
Exactly. Or they don't even go. They just throw the Christian label on their seat.
So that allows a little bit of judgment their way. I'm not saying I'm the one to fully judge them, because that's not where I'm at.
Right.
Let those with the first, without sin cast first stone. But still,
yeah,
that's crossing a line.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's really crossing a line.
It is.
You don't claim to be a God-fearing woman and then pimp out other women,
especially children.
Yes. Now, if you want to help out a family and let them work there, clean rooms, do whatever, but don't pimp them out too.
No. Mm-mm.
Gosh.
Desperate times, though. I only have to feel. I feel really bad for the families who get to that point.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I think that's where they gotta go.
I agree.
Back to this. Sorry for the sad moment, but that's awful.
It's not sad. I'm punching them in the face is sad.
The 1901 building extension allowed for 17-room second floor, which housed a gambling den and a full-fledged bordello. Or is it bordello? It's bordello for Miss Lizzie. This was more of a private club and not generally open to the public, but both outlaws and local authority figures are said to have ventured up the east side stairwell to the second floor.
Yeah, you know why.
Stupid. There was also a private iron catwalk from the bordello that stretched over the road to the hotel across the street, where local politicians and affluent visitors had access to the bordello girls. Which means that building, I've been there. That building still has that catwalk. That catwalk, which means that politicians and other higher ups could cross from the hotel over to do what they wanted and then go back, and people will not really pay attention to them.
Right. They could do it basically under... Yeah, because... Well, and... Okay, moving on, yeah.
I can't say I'm surprised.
No, I'm not surprised either.
It's still going on, though.
Yeah, here we are 200 years later.
It's still going on. Yeah. It's still happening. That's just gross.
We just don't have those catwalks anymore.
Selling on the internet. People are awful.
Yeah.
It disgusts me. I'm sorry. That pisses me off.
Yeah, I agree.
All of that. With a bustling historic saloon comes bustling historic ghosts. Ooh.
Get it? Bustling.
Get out of here. And a number have been spotted over the years. The apparitions of a man have been frequently been seen in different areas of the first floor, including the bar and around the restroom.
Probably looking for a woman.
Most women feel uneasy in the restroom. Which, by the way,
went into the restroom or the restaurant?
The restroom.
Oh.
In the restroom. Which, by the way, if it's the restroom I'm thinking, I've been in that restroom, and it is a very awkward...
Like, it's just heavy?
It's heavy, it's awkward. I wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. And this is when it was just a restaurant. I went to eat in there just because I wanted to be in the historic area. And I went to the restroom, and the restroom was kind of a little off toward the back area, and it was just not... It was not a comfortable feeling. It felt like, I'm not trying to jump on this bandwagon, but it literally felt like somebody was watching you while you're using the restroom.
So it's definitely a shit and get.
Yeah, it's one of those get in, get out type things.
Sorry, Mom, but it's
basically what it is.
Yeah. You don't linger and do your makeup in there.
And many women refuse to use that restroom at all. A dark-haired woman has been seen many times throughout the bar area as well, and people believe this is the spirit of Miss Lizzie.
Probably looking for her next
victim.
Constituent?
Patron? I don't know.
Maybe she's looking about all of the above.
Who knows? Hey, who knows? Maybe some of those girls just wanted to be a part of it. You know, you do you, boo. But the ones that didn't want to be a part of it... Right, but the ones that got sold. That's where my problem is. Yeah,
the ones that got sold into it.
Yeah.
And then the fact that she was fronting and was seen as...
an upstanding Christian.
Yes.
Who had high morals.
Yeah, but then pimped out girls.
Don't be that. Just be who you are.
Don't front.
Just be who you are.
No facades needed. We're not, we might judge you a little, but...
I'll only judge you for the ones you're bought and now sold.
Yeah, or that you were given for trade for something else.
For something else.
If they're underage, I'm judging you.
If they didn't have a choice in the matter,
yes,
you're going to be dead to me, and I will take you out.
And I will elbow you on your way down.
Yep. Push
in
you
the
down.
face. Hard. In the face. To break your nose.
Right in your throat.
So that way you're no longer attractive. Moving on.
In the basement, there is said to be a spirit of a disgruntled man with a handlebar mustache, a brown derby, that hat that is sometimes present, hurling obscenities at those who enter. So,
I mean, I would take that gig. I would absolutely hurl obscenities.
I was like, who hurt you? Who hurt you?
Everybody.
Everybody.
They always judge me. I would absolutely hurl obscenities. That'd be a fun gig, actually.
You fork. Take it. Take it. Sorry. I don't know.
I mean, you can pay me $10 an hour to sit there in a derby and a handlebar mustache. I
just go down and take a picture of the handlebar mustache. Like, good for you, sir.
Mm-hmm. I knew a guy.
Good for you.
I knew a guy who did a handlebar mustache, and he didn't just take it to the handlebars. Like, he took it to the curl.
That'd be awesome.
And he would wax it every day.
That's awesome.
And, may he rest in peace. Loved that guy. He was so friggin' awesome. And it was blonde, and it was just, it was so cool. I loved that guy.
That's awesome. Upstairs in the bordello, loud knocks and thumps emanate throughout. Shadows can be seen moving from room to room, and disembodied voices are heard, including humming and the occasional singing. Sometimes the soft sound of a girl crying permeates the air, and this has often been attributed to both Claudia and Estelle, girls that once worked for Miss Lizzie.
Okay, I have a question.
No.
So, have you ever noticed that all of the sounds, especially in, like, prostitution areas, are never of grunts?
I hope it's because the ghosts are trying to be modest. I don't know. I don't really want to walk in and hear the sounds of somebody,
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
doing
in general, like, it's always, like, very,
like, singing,
like,
and humming, and
but prostitution, what happened there. Nobody ever hears ghosts doing it.
Right. But they may have, but they're just afraid to come forward about it because
they're like, I heard 2 ghosts doing it.
I heard them.
In the closet.
Maybe that's where the thumping and stuff comes from.
The headboard?
I'm sorry, Mom.
I'm not. She's got 5 kids.
That's disembodied voices are her. You never know what they're saying.
I'm just saying.
The knocks and thumps that go throughout. That may be a little bit.
Okay, I was just saying. It's kind of like the thing that says, how come all the ghosts are like rattling chains and nobody's like, it's Brittany, bitch. Like,
I wish that happened. But like,
right?
Hi, my name's Craig.
I used to live here, and
that would be cool though.
I'm just saying,
if they ever open this place up to investigate, which I don't think they have right now, it's permanently closed.
Yeah.
But if they ever opened it up to investigate, I'd be one of the first ones to want to go in there because I want to go up to the bordello and be like, now, if you were living, make the sound that you would actually make.
There you go.
Like, make the sound. Like, if they start making sounds that I'm like, that makes sense, then I'd probably start questioning my skepticism or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, one Bluebell legend is that Claudia was beaten to death and buried within the saloon by an old coal chute.
Well, damn.
Near the chute is rumored to be an entrance to an old labyrinth of tunnels under Guthrie, which would have been used by permanent patrons of the Bluebell.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. And underground, over the roads, whatever.
This isn't the first time I've heard about underground tunnels, though, in Guthrie. This is the second time I've heard something.
Well, but you had... Where was the Underground Railroad? Didn't we have something to do with that? No? Probably not. I'm just making sure.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna find out. We did have a part in the Trail of Tears, though.
Right.
We did have a part of that, but I don't know about the Underground Railroad, which I would love to be a part of that history because I'd hate that we had to have it, but I'd be glad if our ancestors helped out and not
National
cause
Geographic.
hindrance.
Okay,
right, you're
go
looking
ahead.
at so the tunnels. It would have been a perfect exit for a getaway by whoever may have murdered the girl Whether or not the murder really happened, no one knows for sure, but the spectral cries that emanate from the location have many convinced of her unfortunate demise. So they can't confirm if she was killed. They can't confirm.
Right, but
this is all speculation.
It just sucks still.
But it's also speculated that Miss Lizzie and Estelle, which is the other girl that worked with her, were both murdered in the Bluebell. But none of that I can confirm, and I don't want to.
National Geographic says we were nowhere near any of the Trail of
Underground Railroad, which I kind of understand. They're trying to go north, not towards us.
Yeah, and it was more from Mississippi, Alabama.
Yeah, those areas.
We were a little too far west. So
I do have pictures of the Bluebell. I actually have. I didn't get any pictures inside because I was too excited about being inside that I forgot to take pictures. I have a picture of the door that leads to Miss Lizzie's bordello. When
you say that like that, I think you're going to say Miss Lizzie Borden.
I'm trying not to. I thought of it. I thought that don't trip over your words that much, Abby, but I'm doing better than I thought.
You are. You're doing a lot better than you gave yourself credit for.
I know I'm doing a lot better, but I get so excited that I'm reading it that I'm like,
your mind is going faster than your.
Because I've read this like 14 billion times.
Yeah. For
the past week. So
shout out to Catherine who does a lot of the research because
we also read stuff.
Yeah.
This is hard.
I know.
This is hard. Okay, so the next one, which I want to go back up there. I really hope they at some point open it back up because I've been to Guthrie 3 times. One time I ate there. The next time I went there for an investigation. I didn't even go there. And the next time I went over there for something else.
So the one in Claremore is open though, right?
It's a historical site, so I believe there's tours that you can go through it. So the next two, or last two, I'm going to do the last two. This one is a huge hotel in Oklahoma City. Okay. It's called the Skirvin Hotel. And it is...
Skirvin?
I believe it's Skirvin.
That's how I pronounce it.
Skirvin Hotel. It's the biggest hotel, one of the biggest hotels in Oklahoma City. And it is where the NBA basketball players stay whenever they come in to play the Oklahoma City Thunder. So...
the opposing team has to stay at a haunted hotel? Mm-hmm. That's how the Thunder has so much good streak. I'm just messing with you.
It's really not.
No, I know. The Thunder has been on fire, but I just...
They've been a dirty diaper lately, if you want to talk about... Sorry, just being up front.
No, that's okay.
The Skirvin Hotel was built in 1910 by oilman W.D. Skirvin. He was determined to have the finest hotel in the Southwest. Opening the doors in 1911, the plush hotel had 2 10-story towers containing 224 rooms, with one of the first buildings in Oklahoma City to have air conditioning.
Nice.
And they called iced air. They called it iced air. Turn that ice air on there, Sally, please. It's a bit...
They're not wrong.
We need some of that ice air. They had running ice water in each room as well. A ballroom that seated 500, and imported Austrian chandeliers that cost more than $100,000 each.
Oh wow!
Let's get to the point of this. Hold on. Let's see. I've lost my spot. Okay, here we go. According to legend, there's a maid. It was during the time of Prohibition that W.D. Skirvin was said to have an affair with one of the hotel maids.
It's always during Prohibition.
Always during Prohibition.
The lack of alcohol, I tell you.
I mean, I start to wonder.
Makes you do funny things.
It makes you do funny things. According to legend, the maid soon conceived, and in order to prevent a scandal, she was locked in one of the rooms on the top floor of the hotel.
Of course she was.
Of course she was. The desolate girl soon grew to be depressed, and even after the birth of her child, she was still not let out of the room.
Dang!
I know. Half out of them. Sorry, guys. Half out of her mind, she finally grabbed the infant child and threw herself along with the baby out of the window.
Now, what did the baby do?
The baby did nothing, but I don't know, depression. Postpartum. She's locked in a room. Postpartum's not a joke.
I understand, but Dang.
You don't really think, like, she probably, I know, she probably was thinking, I'll never get out of here, therefore my child will never get out of here, so what's the point? Which, that's never the solution.
No.
But at the same time, I wasn't alive during this, so I can't judge her, but
no,
she probably thought that was the only way for her child to be free.
That still sucks.
To be locked in there.
That still sucks.
The maid's name remains unknown, but her ghost continues to haunt the Skirvin Hotel.
With or without the baby?
I don't know. It doesn't say. Well, hold on. I think with the baby, because they've reported of lots of cries of a baby.
Okay.
Good
for you, baby.
She was nicknamed Effie by former employees. Though the old hotel closed in 1988, former guests would often report not being able to obtain a decent night's sleep due to constant cries of the child.
Good for you, baby. You keep other people up. You do that.
There are some NBA stories, which I'll get to, because the original buildings closed in 1988, but then they redid it. They
revamped it?
Revamped it. They renovated it and brought it back. Effie was apparently a woman of loose morals. And many men who have stayed in the hotel have often reported being propositioned by a female voice while alone in their rooms. Others have seen the figure of a naked woman with them while they're taking a shower.
No, wait a second. I have a question for you, and this is a very silly question.
Go ahead, silly me.
If I were to stay in those hotels, do you think April would get mad that a ghost propositioned me?
Probably. She'd probably bring some of that sage and be like, "Nah, not today."
What about if the naked woman just appeared?
Ariel.
Ariel would do it too. She'd be like, "Not today. Not with my mama."
April would probably kill the ghost again. But why are they saying she is a loose woman? Like, this woman was locked.
But it was because she conceded to this other guy's.
Well, maybe he forced her into it.
Then you don't concede. There's a difference.
She conceived the child because of it.
Conceived. I thought you said she conceded.
No, once they were in this affair, then she conceived the child, then he locked her away to hide from scandal.
Got you.
So
okay. I misheard that, and I was like,
that's okay. Okay. It's me and my words.
No, it's okay.
No. But, I mean, like, why are they calling her loose? Just because...
Maybe because she's flashing everybody.
Well, I mean, she's a ghost now. What has she got to do? You do you, boo. That's all I gotta say.
She's like, look, I'm very well kept for 100 years.
One man...
I'm not gonna lie. If I was pretty well kept, I'd probably flash people, too. I mean, if I were a ghost, I got nobody tying me down. Get it? Ghosts can't tie.
I know.
Anyway, okay.
It'd go right through. Anyways, one man claimed he was sexually assaulted by an invisible entity during his stay.
Can you even imagine? Police, I'd like to file a report. I was sexually assaulted while I stayed at this hotel. Okay, can you describe the woman? White. And,
she made the ooh noise. Sorry.
She's she was a ghost, dang it. Like, can you imagine that police report?
I just can't imagine I bet he was ridiculed. Crash.
I bet he was, but I'm just saying, like...
I feel bad for him.
I mean, he obviously had to say something to somebody.
He was strong enough to say something, so good on you, mate. Good on you. Just for you.
I think I would keep that to myself. I really would. If I was sexually assaulted by a ghost, I think I would keep that to myself.
But it could still hurt just like a normal sexual assault.
It could. I still would not...
Why don't you say your truth?
Because I would not want somebody to look at me as a bit of a skeptic, Abby, really? I was sexually assaulted by a ghost. You'd be like, are you sure you weren't just passed out drunk?
That's a different story because I don't play games with that stuff. Like, if you feel like you've been groped, then I'm a skeptic, but I will be like, I am so sorry. Let's figure something out.
How do we report this?
How do we get this going? Like, honestly, my heart would go out to somebody. Like, honestly, I wouldn't treat it as a joke.
No, I'm not saying it was a joke. I'm just saying I don't think...
I am a skeptic, but at the same time...
That would be a very difficult situation.
Because, in all honesty, I think it's harder to say you've been sexually assaulted by a ghost because then people really look at you like you're dumb. Or, and then I would be like... If they come to me with that, I'd be like, okay, let's talk about it. Let's figure something out, because I would feel really bad
if I'm ever sexually assaulted by a ghost. You're the one I'm coming to.
Okay, do please. I want them to. I want them to
because I think even a therapist would be like, okay, we really need to find out where this is coming from.
Right, but I'm not going to overanalyze it. I'll just be like, well, can I hug you?
Can you hug me? We probably need to turn on this light.
We're probably right. We're getting bright now. We're getting really bright. Other strange noises were reported by staff and guests, including things seemingly being moved around by themselves, such as maid carts being pushed down the hall with no one there.
Some little kid's just and then ducking back in.
He's hiding underneath the car. He's like, in October 1979, the hotel was listed on the National Registry of Historic Places.
Okay, again, cannot be burned down. That's good. Taken down.
Taken down. When it closed in 1988, the building stood empty for almost 15 years. However, the historic hotel has now been fully restored and now open once again for guests, which is true because you can go there now.
Nice.
It was a $46.4 million project.
Oklahoma City taxes went up.
Yeah, they did. It included the original exterior, finished installation of historically accurate windows, reconfiguration of guest rooms, new guest elevators, an elegant lobby, restaurants, and state-of-the-art meeting rooms, which, whatever possible.
Anything to bring some money to.
But the historic elements such as the molding tiles and ceiling treatments were incorporated into the design. So it looks, despite the $1 million renovation, it still looks historic. Like it's still a lot of.
I mean, that's cool that they went with historically accurate windows. That's hopefully double paned though, because Oklahoma summers.
Oh, it's hot. It is hot. So some experiences at the Skirvin.
Okay.
NBA players from the New York Knicks claim their game was off after a night of haunts at the hotel in 2010. So have other NBA players staying at the hotel, according to 2014 New York Times article. Maybe the ghost is attracted to an NBA players because in 2016, a Los Angeles Lakers person reported of being sexually assaulted or inappropriately touched at the hotel. And that is it was an article at Oklahoma's News 4.
So Ghost is into tall people.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that. So I'm safe.
It's 150. It was in 2014. It was a 105-year-old hotel.
Okay. So that's another 7 years. So 112.
Yep. I can't remember what the basketball player's name. His name is. Where is his name? Gotta find it. Give me just a second. Just a second. Holy shnikes. Meta World Peace. That was his name. Lakers forward. He was a Lakers forward at the time. The ghosts were all over me. I just accepted it. Of his being groped by the ghosts. They touched me all over the place. I'm taking one of the ghosts to the court for touching me in the wrong places. I'm sure he was joking, but at the same time, keep your hands off people. Good Lord, I just want to go to this haunted place, and tell them to keep their hands to themselves. Keep your hands to yourselves. Nobody wants you all up in their business.
He literally took the most serious thing ever and made it a joke. Like, I was touched by a ghost. I'm taking one to court. Like, okay, now I can't take you seriously.
No, yeah, it's just kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
One reporter from ESPN once reported that he heard a baby's cry when he thought there was a child in his room. So he got up to look and figure out there was nobody in there. And he was like, I'm not going back there. I'm done. A lot of people say, Oklahoma City should abandon the hotel because it is so haunted.
No. Why would you do that? Then that just makes it more haunted.
Right. But yes, and there's a report. One random person said, I was on the 5th floor. He was coaching at the time. His girls were playing in the World Series at the Softball Hall of Fame, and we put them up in the Skirvin for the weekend. I was walking around for a bed check, and the elevator doors opened, and a woman in a blue dress with a very old hairstyle exited. Freaking ESPN. Exited and proceeded down the hall. The woman was not walking, but seemed to be floating. I followed her to the end of the hall, and she turned left. Upon following her, she vanished. There was no rooms there. It was a dead end. So that was on the 5th floor. It's also reported that one of their most haunted rooms, I believe, is on the 5th floor.
Nice.
So that's just a little bit of the Skirvin. I looked up on GroupMe and stuff, and I can get a pretty good deal to stay for one night or so. So that might be a part of my summer, which I'm going to the Crescent Hotel for my birthday. Next so that's month. One haunted location. Mm-hmm. So I plan on visiting the Skirvin at some point this summer as well.
Okay. Well, and according to this, the Belvedere Mansion, I want to see how much, if there's anything to get in.
We need to visit there as well. But I have one more to go over.
Okay.
And it's the Stone Lion Inn. So we're going to end on this one. We've already talked about my experiences there already, but I wanted to give you a little bit of the backstory of the home. I went through my phone to see if I still had pictures, and I still have pictures from inside the Stone Lion Inn, which I'll post. I got a picture of the embalming table.
Yeah, that's just weird.
So I was super excited about that, and then I got a picture of the room I stayed in. But the Stone Lion Inn was built. It wasn't the Stone Lion Inn.
Now, where is this at?
This is Guthrie.
This is also Guthrie. Also Guthrie.
It was not called the Stone Lion Inn at the time that it was built. It was built in, I believe. Let me make sure my date is right, because I don't want to give false information. Okay, so it was built in 1907 by F.E. Houghton for his family. Let me get back to my notes. So it was built in 1907 by F.E. Houghton for his family. The mansion has an area of 8,000 square feet, has 4 floors. At the time of completion, it costs $11,000.
I really can't even imagine 8,000 square feet.
It was like $11,900, excuse me.
Jeez.
And was the most expensive home in Guthrie, Oklahoma.
Was the most
expensive. It became the Smith Funeral Home in the 1920s. In 1986, the property was purchased by Becky Luker, renovated, and converted into a bed and breakfast. Now, F.E. Houghton, they had other homes on the property, but they outgrew the home. So he built this home, the F.E. Houghton, the home, because they had more kids.
Okay.
Let's get back to it. Oh my gosh. So Mr. and Mrs. Houghton and their 12 children moved in there. However, one of the Houghton children, Augusta, which some people have called her, oh my goodness, I just heard it today. There was a different name that people called her. I watched the Ghost Adventures episode of it because I just wanted to, go back through it and see what they said. But I think I want to say it was Irene. But so there's 2 different names. I'm going to go with Augusta, though. Augusta became ill and died of whooping cough after a nurse gave her the wrong medicine. She got accidentally overdosed because the medicine back then had like codeine or,
Right, it was very high powerful.
Very, very high power. So she was misdosed, so she overdosed. And she passed away.
Dang. That sucks.
It does suck. And so they lived there up until the family still owned it. They just rented it. Rented it out. And this is when it became a funeral home in the 1920s. And it was a funeral home up until Becky Luker purchased the property and renovated it and turned it into bed and breakfast.
I'm sorry, that's just weird. It's a weird transition.
It is.
It is.
It is.
And as I look up, I want to apologize to everybody for the very bright lighting. We started with the sun going down.
Yeah.
And so it seems like our faces are very, very bright, and I apologize. But for those of you on Spotify, good for you. You don't have to look at our mugs.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more information. I did stay there for one night. Mm-hmm. It is a bed and breakfast, but also she puts on a murder mystery.
Yeah.
She puts on a murder mystery. According to the Ghost Adventurers, apparently at one point she was being labeled the Satan worshiper, doing seances and stuff in the graveyard, something like that. With her
if you're going to do one in the graveyard's the best place.
Yeah. Apparently they link her with something whose name is like McCurdy, something like that. This guy was like a bank robber, and he was killed by a posse. And when he was brought back to be like his body been taken care of, the what do you call those, mortician or whatever?
Oh yeah, the morticians.
entirely too much arsenic on him, which it made him mummify. And so they were, keeping him around, and he got lost somewhere along the lines, and his body was sold to like a carnival and then like a freak show, and he found his body went all the way to California, and then at some point he was like hanging up somewhere, and somebody was doing something, his arm was broke off, and they realized, oh my god, this is they thought it was a dummy. They're like, this is an actual body. And so they figured out where his
like they traced him back.
They traced him back to Guthrie. So finally the people of Guthrie got him back and gave him a proper burial, and he's actually buried in Guthrie right now.
Holy crap.
But it
took his arm falling off.
It took his arm falling off to figure out he was
so it literally cost him an arm to get back.
Yes, it cost him. He had his legs, but it cost him an arm.
Just cost him an arm.
Just an arm to get back. And so she wrote a murder mystery based off of him. And so they think that he is somewhere in the Stone Line Inn because she based the story off of him.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean,
yeah.
Why not? Where they're trying to technically keep your spirit alive and not ship you off to California.
Right. So
like they want you there. So, why not haunt the place where they want you?
We want you. Come on in. So the ghosts there appear to be several restless souls in the stately mansion. Okay. None so famous as the little girl named Augusta. She was 8 years old, by the way, when she passed away.
Damn. She was one overdosed.
Overdose, yeah. Which there'll be another thing. I want to say it's Irene, but I think I'm going wrong here. So we're just going to stick with Augusta. I got to actually talk with the housekeeper and Becky Luker when I stayed there. We had breakfast that morning. She came in and was telling us stories about different things. I think she confirmed that her name was Augusta, but I can't remember because it's been a few years. It was 2019, and we went through the pandemic, so I forgot a lot of stuff.
A lot of people forgot to, how to work, so it's fine.
It's a different story. But I got to go around the whole entire house.
Yeah.
They let us just to go explore after a while. So I've been on all floors. I went all the way up to the very top, to the attic, and I've been all the way down to the basement. So this is an old house.
Jeez.
Though rarely seen, never by guests, they do know she's still there, the little one, Augusta. Mm-hmm. Several have reported a childlike figure tucking them into bed at night or touching their faces when they wake up in the mornings.
That's so cute.
Some complain that the child played on their bed while they were trying to sleep. I'll be like, get off the bed.
I'm thinking that's more childlike than being tucked in.
Right, that is. But if I hear a little giggle, I'm out. Sorry. The most common.
I'll remember that when we travel.
Thanks. The most common.
I'll send Riley in.
Get off the bed. I'm out. The most common manifestations of Augusta, however, come in the form of footsteps up and down the back stairs, the sound of giggling, and the sound of wooden bell being rolled across the third floor.
I really do just want to send Riley into your hotel room now.
Please don't.
Just make her giggle.
Please don't. It'd be done. Augusta is not alone, however. Many people claim that Effie Houghton himself haunts the basement.
Who is that?
The original. He's the one that built the home for his family.
Right. Yeah. Sorry for the yawn.
No, that's okay. He's the one that built the home for his family. He's Okay. Augusta's father.
Okay.
He haunts the basement. Many have seen him, but more have sensed his presence in other ways. Now, this next example is something that happened to me that they told me this is what it was.
Okay.
And that was when I was in the bed and I smelled that random smell.
Right.
Yeah. And apparently it's the sudden onset of scent of pipe tobacco, for example, is one of the common methods of him announcing himself. So
he's like, get out of my bed.
Get out of my bed. Though the Stone Line Inn is a non-smoking establishment, the scent still pops up from time to time with seemingly no source, which is something that kind of coincides with what happened to me. So I don't know if that confirms her or whatever, but apparently it's happened to more people. I mean, random smell popping up. Which I think about it, if he's in the room smoking while I'm sleeping, you're freaking creeping me out, man. He's standing over me.
You're officially a pervert.
Officially, because I'm sleeping and I smell this and I was like, oh my gosh, what is that smell? And then I searched the whole room. Dude, don't stand over me and smoke. He's like, yeah, that's nice.
As he's watching you snore.
As my feet hang off the bed, He's like, that child doesn't seem like she fits on that bed.
This is a big woman.
And that is a small bed.
She's so big.
That is a big woman in a small bed. It's probably the child's bed.
I'm thinking people weren't as tall back then. I don't think.
I don't know. I don't even know how tall this guy was. But the thought of that is one of the indications that he is in a room is the smell of pipe tobacco. And I smelt something that I can't really...
Right, there's no way...
And it was only in one spot, and it disappeared, and there was no Scentsies or anything like that in the room. Nothing.
Abby, it's your first personal run-in with a pervert.
I was like, like, dude, that just the thought of that, I'm like, bro, no.
There's a slightly hoochier person down the hall. Go there.
Go upstairs. I mean, there's people upstairs. I can hear them walking around. Leave me alone.
Yeah, they're awake. Go.
So,
I didn't think about the pervert type when you first told me the story.
I didn't think of it either. But I read this, I'm like, okay.
You're welcome.
Thanks. So yeah, that's just a little bit of the stories there. It's just they think Elmer McCurdy, they think he's there. Augusta and Effie Houghton are just some of the voices or some of the people they think reside in the Stone Line Inn. And so I've already told most people the experience that I had at the Stone Line Inn. I mean the one we're talking about now, and then the one with the light popping on and brushing against the trash can and seeing something going from the bathroom to
and it was
window.
A motion sensor light.
I mean, and then sleep paralysis, but that's not paranormal. That just, I think I was already riled up.
Yeah, I mean,
but so I've adventured through that place. I've got pictures of the embalming table. I've got pictures.
I really
of the rooms.
feel like we need somebody to watch the kids, and you, April, and I just need to take a
road trip.
Yeah, I mean, for lack of better terms, and we can hit a couple of places.
Yeah. So
I mean, Claremore's not that far. I say we go there first.
You can go to Claremore.
But it's only open. So I did the research. It's only open for 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday.
Well, we're gonna have to hit that 3 hour mark.
For 11 to 2.
11 to 2.
That's it. Oh, excuse me, Monday through Saturday. I apologize. So. Open daily, Monday through Saturday. That's not daily, people. That's not daily.
You got one day.
11, you missed one.
So are they giving tours or whatever?
We invite you to shop at the gift shop, of course. Have lunch at the Pink House restaurant, of course. The Belvedere is also available for rent for special events. You need to get married there if you ever settle down.
All right, let me work on that right now.
Yes, please. Owned and operated, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, just 11 to 2. And then rent. But they do have on June 26th, barbecue, 12 to 4. Jammers and vendors. Adults, $10. I don't know why they're sharing this.
Well, that's right during go time for us, so.
I know. But it's a Saturday, you're off.
I don't know. I may be off. At this point, I don't know.
I don't know. They don't have... Oh, look. On their Facebook pages, they put the pictures of the
family?
The Bayless,
oh, okay.
Gravestones.
Oh, that's all. That's nifty. Nifty. What am I, 80?
Well, ain't that just special?
That's just special. But those are just a few of them. I would say the top haunted place that I've ever been to, I'm going to put that in quotation marks, is the Stone Line Inn. Because I haven't been to the other ones. And to watch the Ghost Adventures today. If you're... Just keep it for, they crack me up. Don't get me wrong, the Ghost Adventures. Those wonderful individuals. I love watching this. So if you want to watch an episode of that, just watch them, the Stone Line Inn. It's an interesting one. It really is. Because while I was watching, I was like, I walked past that. I was like, I walked past that. Oh, I sat in that room. I've seen that.
Anybody watching is watching my face. Somebody had a baby shower at the Belvedere. I mean, good for you. I'm just like, of all things, a baby shower.
A baby shower.
And they were like, thank you for letting us be a part of your precious moment.
Well.
I'm like, I mean.
Who says a haunted place can't be a place for a baby shower?
Would one life... No, nope, not going there.
No.
All right, we're in hour 10-ish.
Well, thanks for sticking with me. I'm sorry I stumbled over words. Hurtfully, everything...
Hurtfully?
I just proved right there.
Hurtfully. It was hurtful.
Hopefully, you understand what I was saying. If not, then go find a podcast that doesn't have somebody who stutters.
Or have the...
or I'm going to put up the places where I found this information. You can go read it for yourself.
Or, have YouTube put on the closed caption auto-generated.
Right. Or,
good luck with that, too.
If you wonder about the Stone Line Inn, go watch the Ghost Adventure episode.
Yeah.
I can't remember what season it was in, but it was created in 2017. That's 2 years later I went to the Stone Line Inn.
There you go.
All right.
So, with that being said, hopefully that was... I know it
was a fun ride. I know.
My comments were a little snarky, I'm not going to lie.
Hey, but, it's all right. You're a jerk face. We all know it.
Yep. But for this episode, thanks again for being the Catherine to my Allie.
You're welcome, but I was definitely not Catherine.
I kind of feel like that's all I did was just sit back. I'm just
going to hand her my notes and be like, can you read that for me, please?
I want to do voiceover work for their intro. Because they're talking about pre-recording it. And I was like, I'll record it for you.
It's not the same without their voices.
I know it's not. It's really not.
Maybe they need to do an intro for us.
And I'm like...
It's time for the creepover.
And then yes, I do. And I'm like...
It's my favorite intro. Not gonna lie.
Well, and I
always listen to it.
Here's the thing. I love the fact that they do it every week different.
Right.
Because it never sounds the same.
Right.
They're talking about pre-recording it, and I think at that point I would probably hit fast forward. Because you never know.
Because I like the funnies.
Yeah.
I like it.
Anyway, they need to put out...
I need to go talk to Catherine about how she does research and reads it, so...
Because she likes to read.
She's just very intelligent.
She is. They're both very intelligent.
Very intelligent.
Anyway, toot toot for their horn.
Toot toot! I'm going to go get rid of my gray hair.
No, you're not.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
No,
I'm going to keep it right. Right there.
Yeah. Nope.
Good luck, Godspeed, have fun. I'm going to go home and cry.
No, she's not.
No, I'm not.
I could punch her and make her do it, but we're not going to do that.
Let's not do that.
No.
I'm going to go make better hair choices.
You know what she is going to do?
Make better choices. Don't scare me. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Until next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Are you sure?
Bye. Yep.
Okay.